our showstopper. I never would have believed that I could do an Apatite necklace. Not a pendant, but a whole necklace in Apatite for $79.90. Now, we've mentioned this, I think, twice. 400 people have ordered. We have a little more than 1,000 remaining. Lucky you for seeing it first airing, because it's not going to be here in the morning. The lowest appraised price was $160. I got to be honest with you, that is crazy conservative. We were going to do it at $99, but instead it is $79.90, $15.98 on your charge card for Apatite. Apatite is what they consider one of the kind of newest exotic gemstones. I remember when it entered the marketplace, and big stone houses out of New York were calling it Caribbean Neelite, Aqualite, you know, different things, and because they attached these names to it, I mean, they were charging mega bucks for it, and nobody had really seen it before. They weren't familiar with it, so they were paying those prices. We're calling it exactly what it is. We're bringing you a full strand of it for $79.90, and when you look at the color, it's what Apatite wants to be. It is true, rich, intense, natural color, right, Jay?
These are, yeah, and these are blues. This particular material, just so you know, this is it. You're seeing the last of the last, and how we work on this. We went to Madagascar. We bought the original. We bought everything that came out of, they struck this one deposit. They mined it out. We bought everything that they had. There was right at 28 tons is what we got. I even went, and there was a guy that got 1,200 pounds of it. It was a German guy that actually, before we got there, was able to score 1,200 pounds of it. We went and paid him some stupid money just so that we could buy back the 1,200 pounds, so that we could say we had all the material. So even though I paid him, he made a profit, a nice little profit on me. I didn't want him, you know, being able to make anything else in the material and sell it to anybody else. So we actually, this is what I love about Mine Finds. Okay, we controlled the rough. Now, we had that TS, and we've done a few other, you know, because we had bigger nuggets and stuff like that, we did it. We have used up all the material. This is our last hurrah. So you're seeing the last shebang here, okay, of this material. I wanted, I had the material. It's all smaller nuggets and smaller nugget material, and we were trying to think, okay, one of the things you have to do, and people need to realize this, with us, you have to work around the material, right? So you take the material, you look at the material, and then you say, okay, what could I do? What could I design? I try to design things that are, I guess I'm about the stone, and I like to keep things simple. So you can always tell things I do, because you're usually humongo big. you can always tell a J. King fingerprint on anything. It's either humongo big, or I like a lot of stone presence, and I like to keep things simple. I like to, even my silver, I keep my silver designs. You know, our other artists that are in my group and my family, they're more like designer, you know, they really get into the intricity and stuff. But I just follow, you know, I'm basically a rock hound at heart. And that's how I started my business. And that's how I've always designed. So you can kind of tell who did what, you know, when you look at it. This is really minimalistic, very basic. It's something, though, and think about this. This is Apatite. This is natural blue Apatite. Only comes out of that one deposit in Madagascar. It's mined out. They ran into that one deposit. In fact, we spent quite a bit of time with them in Tucson, and I've got a couple of cool things going on in Madagascar I'm not going to tell you about, but I will, hopefully this year, maybe in July, we'll go and actually, when we go look at this new material they're mining for us, maybe I'll see if I can take a camera crew or something along, and we'll get you some actual footage, because Madagascar is just an incredibly unique, different place. But apatites are found in several places in the world, but they're all uniquely different, and this is uniquely different. I've never seen this type of apatite anywhere else in the world. It's got a very unique blue color to it, in a tealy blue color in some incidents.
Look at that color.
But this is it, okay? We did this last one This is an unbelievable, fabulous price. Even that appraisal value on it, like that's the lowest. I dare you go find it.
Okay.
Number one, just even to get the material.
They just gave me an update. We have 600 of these left. So we've sold 700. Now we're counting everybody who's shoppinghide.com and counting everybody who's calling in right now. But we have about 600 remaining. So it is first come, first serve. But Jay, tell us too how they mine this apatite. Because unlike, it's not mined the same way that a lot of...
In this particular mine, what they do is it's kind of like an open pit, but it's different in the fact that when they found the seam actually runs horizontal. So what they did is once they took off the overburden on top, then they just went straight down for the apatite. And it comes out in various forms, in kind of like crystal forms. In fact, I have some I left it in the green room, and why I did, I have no clue. I mean, I bring all this stuff. You ought to see all this stuff that I bring with me, all of my different, like if you go in the green room right now and we shoot some footage in there, you'll see that I have all these rough samples, everything. And for the life of me, why I did not bring that out, because I knew we were going to be showing this, I think it's called getting older or something like that. I don't think I'm, quite there anymore. But that
You're not quite
the
there.
rough samples. I'm not kidding you, actually. The rough samples that I have in the green room right now. I have a small bag. That's the last of the rough that I even have, and those are my specimens that I've windowed, where I've just polished them, and that'll go into my into where I keep all my samples. I'm putting everything together. I just built, I had a building done, and I'm laying out all my specimens, and I literally have thousands and thousands of specimens. And to that point, every time I get a little spare time, I go down and I start sorting. I'm cataloging everything, sorting everything out. And I can't tell you the number of materials in my career that I've had spanning over 40 years that are now no longer available. You can't even get them. And this would be a perfect example of this. Like I said, the miners that mine these are really good friends. They're really cool people. They're just got a big heart. They support the local schools in Madagascar with their mining proceeds. They're just, I mean, so down to earth and such wonderful, wonderful people. But this is a perfect example. They get this one find, they get that one strike. They went in, they mined it out. That was 3 going on 4 years ago, and they haven't seen it since.
Wow. So
that this could be the one and only time that you'll ever see this material. This is the last of the material. Even if they didn't even have any at the show. So they had no rough or anything. And it's funny how this all started. It was, I guess, about 4 years ago. They brought one piece to the Tucson Gem Show and said, do you have any interest? At that time, it wasn't out of the ground. They had just found the seam.
Right.
They didn't know how far the seam went down. They didn't know how much they were going to get out of it. They had no clue where this was going to go. And that's another thing you got to think about, okay? It's not like you go down to the store and say, oh, that looks good, I'll take more. It doesn't work like that. And also, to be able to do it, we're fortunate in the fact that, like I said, we work directly with the miners, so we're able to obtain the materials. In this case, I even bought the 1,200 pounds that somebody else had got, just so that I could say, we got it all. And we did get it all. We got all the rough, we worked the rough, and but you have to take the rough you have and then work around that, and that's where you have to do your designing around. And when I designed with this, I wanted to do something simple, but something very wearer-friendly, something that you can layer with, or you can wear as a standalone piece.
Absolutely, and it's 18 inches, but it does have it actually has a 2 3/4, so it will go down to 20 3/4. You got to think, this is the type of thing when you're going into those really expensive jewelry stores, like in Vegas or in New York, or anywhere where they have the strands of gemstones. This is the kind of thing that they have, but they have one of them, and they're selling them for some crazy price. At this point, with everybody on board, you can see over 1,000 ordered. They said fewer than 400 remaining. So $79.90, and you see the color. I've got to say, it's even more beautiful in person. I hope you allow yourself to see it in person. $15.98 brings it home. If you don't love it, as with everything here at HSN, you have an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay.